time, we'll be getting ready for the IJC meeting at Happy Valley. We've got the prelude, though, this week, an 8-race programme at the City Circuit on the A course. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win, your guide to Hong Kong racing. I'm Andrew Lejeune, joined in the studio here by former analyst Paul Lally and race caller Brett Davis as well. And Brett's no cup races as such, but an interesting programme all the same, with some first starters as well. Yeah,
once again, Andrew, plenty of first starters coming out to the races, and some of them will create a fair bit of interest in the betting, I feel. There's also the return of Mega Hart, who was super impressive at the day meeting we had at the Valley. We'll get to see him again, and the rail goes back into the A position, so we're back onto the true course, and no doubt plenty of festivities happening on course as per normal as we head towards International Week.
There certainly will. Well, speaking of festivities, Paul's back as well. Some good jackpots, Paul, to get into.
Yeah, 1.5 million for the triple trio and 2.2 for the 6-up win bonus. So, yeah, there's some really good money to be floating around. As you say, this is the eve. Next Wednesday night will be the IJC, International Jockeys Challenge, and then we move into International Week. So this is the calm before the storm.
Yeah, 9-race card too next Wednesday.
And the horses already started to arrive.
Yeah. Yes, Tiberian arrived, I think, last night.
Max Dynamite.
And Max Dynamite.
Yeah, from Australia. All right, looking forward to that. So that's all to come, all kicking off next week. Of course, coming off a big weekend as well at Sha Tin, and we can look back on that now in our racing review. Karis Teeton had a very good afternoon, and one of them was 50-50. This was the feature race on Sunday, and took luck out of the equation on this occasion. Yeah,
he definitely did. Look, you can see he didn't want to get trapped on the rail at all, so he was 2-3 wide most of the way. Once he got into the clear, he hit the line really strongly. Really good race by Exultant too, coming from well back. He was sort of slow away, but you can see he hit the line really nicely. So from the passage, I mean, Citron Spirit went another really nice race. So did Marvel Hero. Watch out for him when he gets to Happy Valley. But those top two won really nice. They're nice horses, both of them.
Yep, Pingwu Spark won on the day as well. We know 50 and 50 and Pingwu Spark were defeated by Marvel Tribe a week or so ago. But yeah, look, after the race, the discussion is potentially he'll race on International Day. We know that the undercard on International Day is just full of quality, and there'll be some tough opposition in those good Class 2, Class 1 races that will be on show. But he looks a horse that's still got a few rating points in hand, and according to trainer Peter Ho and Karis Teeton, they don't feel 1800s out of the equation either.
Well, he's by Master Craftsman, so yep, it's in the pedigree.
He's got a lot of strings to his bow, hasn't he, Andrew? Because he's one of these horses that can. He used up some pace in the early stages of this race, and then he was able to come back underneath Karis Teeton. So, you know, he's got a lot of qualities, good qualities that a good racehorse needs to have.
He has. He's got an engine he can let down. I think Karis maybe a little bit wary of what happened last time, getting trapped on the rail, had to shoulder his way out. So again, just set up on the pace, and that was the Chevalier Cup, of course. The other winners on the day, well, we touched on Pingwu Spark, both of those closing in now on a triple figure mark. Premier was another winner for Karis on the afternoon. He's now 104.
Yeah, Conti got 8, of course, unbeaten after his 2 starts. And Sacred Ibis went around at a huge price after winning at the Valley. And that was a terrific ride from Tommy Berry, got 6 points, and you dare say at the bottom of Class 3, he could be very dangerous down there off a lightweight. Those blinkers have really done the trick.
How about Respect as well?
Yeah, that was a surprise, wasn't it? I must admit. I'd have a look at that twice, that result.
I had to look down at the race book 100 metres out to make sure I had the right horse, honestly. I think
the runner-up's still OK, though. He was first up.
Well clear, weren't they?
He basically did what everyone thought, which was to get back in the field, and then, you know, the quality had come through late, which happened. I mean, there was a fair gap back to third, wasn't there? But I think it sort of took a little bit of the gloss off some of the others in the race. I mean, Lucky was very disappointing. He had a soft run on the lead. Some of the other first starters, you know, they deserve a bit more time, but they were all well beaten in slow time, really.
That other first starter run well, the Better Choice as well. And Bernie Bet picked #1. That was a good race, and that's second, wasn't
it? Yeah, super effort. All right, well, those are the big winners on the weekend. Let's see if we can find you some more in our Horses to Follow. All right, Paul, what are you feeling for us?
Well, I'm going to go with that dirt race at Born to Achieve one. The horse that I do like is a horse here called Super Wise. You can see he was last on the turn, and I don't necessarily think he's a dirt horse. So when he gets back onto the grass or onto the turf, keep an eye on him. You can see he's still last now, and I just like the way he threaded his way through the field, hit the line really nicely for 5th. It was an on-pace sort of race as well, because Strathclyde and Born to Achieve were pretty close. can see him now getting into the clear, and he just really hits the line. Now, he's run over at the straight 1,000, but on this race, you look at him for 1,200, 1,400 Sharton, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I reckon before he came here, he won a really good race, or a good win at Flemington over the straight 12. Yeah. So, yeah, turf not a non-option for him. Speaking of the first race, let's go back and have a look at it. The horse I'm going to focus on is out the back, Ray's Call, just having his third race start. The son of Jimmy Chu, he could not stay with them at all in the early stages. His first two races weren't disgraceful, but you can see Respect here and Super Missile got right away. But just the last final stages, I thought Hero Time made a little bit of late ground as well, but he was really dashing through late, so he's going to want further. Jimmy Chu ran in a Cox Plate from memory, didn't he?
Yeah, he came up here and ran in the mile.
Yeah, that's right. For the mile. So he's going to want some more ground and more experience, but I just like the way he finished off.
Yep. All right. I'm not going with a horse to follow. We'll have to label one. It's more of a race to follow because the 4 first starters.
Wow!
I'm taking all of them. You can chuck in Rivet as well in the red cap as well. Dr. Jeff's the obvious one. This is a super first up effort from this. Pingu Spark, obviously the big grey who wins, but Dr. Jeff, a listed winner in Ireland, he's made a terrific start. Circuit Glory is a Group 2 winner back in New Zealand. I know you had designs on him as well, pulled down on the inside. But Singapore Sling covered some ground, a Grade 2 winner in South Africa. A year ago to the day, in actual fact, was a Grade 2 winner in South Africa. Covered ground, and for a moment I thought he's going to let down, he's going to give him a fright here. Fitness might have told a softer run, he's right on Dr. Jeff's tail, he just kicks away there, and say Rivet's stayed on quite nicely as well. But those 4 horses, they're all going to be winning races.
Circuit Glory, when he gets up to 1,600, 1,800 metres, really keep an eye on him. He's a nice horse.
I love the run of the Dr. Jeff and Singapore Sling, as you touched on. When one of those wins, Andrew, you're not allowed to say, that was my horse to follow.
Got them all. Full house. All right, there you go.
You've set the precedent now.
Horses to follow. As far as the stewards report is concerned, Karis Teaton got another couple of days off 50-50.
It's the second one on that horse.
Yeah, it is. He's been
That's 5 days
rewarding, but also costly 50-50. And then back to last Wednesday, 3 jocks got some time. So Berry, Callan and Schofield.
Oh, there you go. All right, there's the suspensions and fines. And withdrawn horses for the programme. We've lost Smart Declaration. Unfortunately, I gave a massive chance to him in race number 6, but he's just pulled up a little bit late. So fantastic feeling, not without a chance himself, I suppose. Karis Teaton on board in the saddle. All right, 8 races. We're on the A course for Wednesday night's programme. We kick things off with a Class 5 over the 1650. Headed by Celebration, drops into Class 5 for the first time. G1 Union gets the gear change. Visor goes on. Blinkers come off. Cash Courier, Hall of Fame's first up since July. Brilliant Monkeys beat the favourite last time out. That was at Shartin. Telecom Boom, runner-up behind Gameful Jets last time out. Work our way down. Rainbow Gold, course and distance first time, and Golden Cannon. He hasn't won yet, but he's been placed on his last 3 starts.
Well, Brilliant Monkeys was slow out at his debut run behind Gainful Jet, but gee, it was a good effort. You would expect with you know, the run back, he might be able to step a bit quicker. Golden Cannon's the likely leader. He can be right up there, 1,400, 1,200 metre races, but there doesn't look to be a lot of pace in the race. Having said that, it is Class 5, so you may get 1 or 2 drawn wider out that want to push on. Celebration
is the downgrader, so I thought we'd show him coming into this race. He hasn't done too much on the turf at this stage. He hasn't raced at Happy Valley before, so maybe that's an improvement for him down into Class 5 for the first time. But his work's been okay. Cash Courier has changed stables, now with David Hall, was with Manfred Mann eventually. He's put on 22 pounds as a winner at Happy Valley before. Only 4 horses in this race have actually won races before out of the 12. So it's a real maiden feel about it. Telecom Boom's one of them though. He's won one this season, albeit at Shartin. That's him closest to us, working with race day rider Zach Purden aboard as well. And he was going okay, no problems with him.
All right, well, that's a good place to start then. Telecom Boom has one of the winners in the field, his last start. Brilliant Monkeys is in the race as well. He's a winner as well previously. He had barrier 10 on this occasion. He's come up with a 2 alley this time round.
This was his first run since the 17th of April, and it was for the raging stable of Frankie Law. And we've said it time and time again, how many of the horses, in fact, 95% of the horses in the yard are just going so well and have improved. And he's obviously taken his time since he picked up this horse from Michael Chang. This was an outstanding performance, I thought, from Brilliant Monkeys, all considered what happened at the start. You know, and you'd expect him to come on. He's drawn well for Nasrallah. He's already won 2 races.
Yeah, definitely a chance. And the rest, they've both been at Shartin, but if Frankie's got him going well at Happy Valley, that's our only question mark. Slow away at Happy Valley, I'd be a little bit worried. But other than that, I think he's got a good chance.
And Nash on board. Nash is absolutely flying
He's
as well.
flying,
Fun Managers, the next one we're going to have a look at, finishing second over course and distance last time out. Sorry, a couple of starts back now for him. Joe Moreira from Barrier 1.
Likes his food, this horse, because he's put on 27 pounds. But Barrier 1, Joe Moreira aboard, should get a nice run, as we saw in that speed map behind the pace, and has run well here before. Yet to win from 21 starts, but another one I think can figure in the finish.
Did I put him in? No, I've sacked him, actually. I'm done with him. I thought his last 2 were very ordinary. I think coming back in trip is positive for him. And Barrier 1, Joe Moreira, I know all the ticks are there, but I'm going to shop elsewhere.
All right, OK. Is Golden Cannon one of those horses you'll be shopping? He's another one of these long-standing maidens, 20 starts for him, but he seems to be consistent recently.
I put him in the trolley, Andrew, and then I took it out because it was the wrong product. I think he wants a shorter trip. I think the 1650 will test him. I know he's on a very light weight. He's the lowest rated horse in the race off 22. He'll be up there, but he can't run a strong 1650 for me.
Yeah, I snuck him in for 4th because I thought he might be able to hang on if he gets a cheap lead. But that's the key for him. He needs to get a cheap lead by himself.
All right, so maybe a minor spot for him. But the first of the Class 5s, Paul?
Yeah, as I said, there's only 4 horses that have won races in this race, and one of them has won 5, and that's Gold Talent. He's well rated at the moment, Gold Talent, so I've put him on top. I can see him from barrier 11 just biding his time, so he will want a little bit of pace on in the race. That's the question mark for him. Fun Manager should get a good run. Brilliant Monkeys, if he jumps well, he can easily win this race, and he's dropped a little bit of weight. Barrier 2, Nasrallah aboard, and Golden Cannon could get a soft lead, but 8, 6, 7 and 12, and I'd go Exotics.
I'm going to go with Brilliant Monkeys. I'm just going to follow Frankie Law here. The stable's flying. This ran a huge race, I thought, first up. If he runs as well as he did first up or even improves, he'll beat these because he's won 2 races. As Paul mentioned, there's only 4 in it that have won races. So him on top, Telecom Boom, Victory Follow Me. I'm going to throw in Rainbow Gold. It might be an oversight leaving out Gold Talent, as Paul mentioned, because he is a horse that's won multiple races, but I think Brilliant Monkeys is the one to beat. 7, 9, 4, 10.
I concur. Brilliant Monkeys, he'll do for me as well. All right, that's the opening event, Class 5 over the 1650. Next up for us, we go up in class and down in trip with 4 debutants in the second.